It's Arin back here with another video. And as you read in the title, I hated reading. But what about now? Your boy is a reader now. In this past couple months, my reading has been going up significantly. Like every day, I read from 2 to 3 chapters, which is probably around like 20 to 30 pages, I would say. And things have been looking very different. I've been actually enjoying reading books. Before that, let me just put you into perspective. I just never read books. I never read books, and even if I tried to, it was like maybe a couple, 1 or 2 pages, and my mind would get tired. I was like, I don't want to do this. And I used to like read books before sleeping, which was, I guess, something that I shouldn't do. And I stopped. I'm glad I did, because every time I was reading, I was just looking forward to sleep rather than reading the book, which was a bad thing. But nowadays, the way I structured it, I usually read earlier, like probably in the mornings most of the times, or sometimes in the evenings. And the point is to actually read, so I actually get to enjoy and actually try to, read them more and more and more. So that's one of the things that I've been going through, reading more. And it's been such a great thing for me, honestly. I'm glad that I've fully committed to this, to become a reader every day. And, let me just go through some of the benefits that I experience. Number one thing that I experienced, guys, you get to learn, different perspectives and, different point of views from different people, from their life, and it just gives you more knowledge about different situations. You get to, understand what happened, why it happened, and not every human has to go through everything to learn something. Obviously you can learn a lot from other people's experiences. You can learn from what they done in their past. It's just so many things you can learn from other people, and these books are the perfect way, to I guess learn and not do the same mistakes, or even like you can learn some techniques that is gonna boost your life and it's gonna improve your life in different ways. It doesn't have to be. There's so many books, even like I would say novels, or like all these like fiction books. There's always some things to be learning, from them. It's so important. And I think, yeah, one of the things that I learned is just like it puts you in a position that you can see different point of views, learn from other people's experiences, and it's just a great thing. Another benefit that I learned is that it kind of like it helps you in real life situations. Like obviously you want to read to actually use them and apply them in real life, and that's one of the main things you have to do. You don't want to read just to read and I say, oh, I read 30 books this year. So you have to kind of read in a pace that you feel like you're actually learning something. You actually are able to apply those things that you learn in your daily life, to your habits. So I would say these are the things you got to pay attention. The pace is important, guys. Don't read just to read. That's pointless. I rather like read one page and actually understand what that page says, rather than read like 30 pages and say, oh, I've read 30 pages, which is pointless, guys. So make sure to understand what the book says and try to apply them, and you can use them in real life situations, and it's going to help you in different type of positions when you're in, let's just say, maybe in a meeting you are, maybe in a business scenario you are, or like there's just so many places you can use this knowledge. And another big benefit that I noticed is you get to step back from all the distractions, like the social media or Netflix or video games or whatever. And it's just like when you read, you're in the zone. You're just like looking at the book, looking at the words, and you're just like kind of like you're in the zone of like reading, and you just kind of like feel like all the things are not really there. And the thing is, like, it makes you feel like much more calm. Like another thing I learned is that it makes you much more calmer, relaxed. You're just like, you can get like a cup of tea, a cup of coffee. You can just drink your drink, hot drink, and you can just enjoy the book. It's like it's like a vibe to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just you sit there, you have your hot drink, and you just read. That's like, it's like they always show in the old movies. Like an old grandma or old grandpa. They always have that book, and they are just like drinking tea. Why can't it be us? Like start reading earlier. I feel like everyone has to read. A lot of people, I guess, are kind of forced to do readings because of like school. They got like school books to read or whatever in order to study, but those books are kind of like forced. Like you feel like you're forced to do those things, and it just doesn't feel enjoyable. It was, I guess, from my experience, that's what happened. Maybe some people actually enjoy to read those books, but majority of people, they actually do it just to, like, I guess, learn the material, and then in order to pass the tests. There is nothing really to enjoy about it. So I would say, yeah, that try to try to like make yourself like actually enjoy reading books. You know, like you don't want to like force yourself like to start reading like 30, 40, 50 pages if you don't like it. You know, stop whenever you're happy and when you're actually feeling good. You know, don't continue just to say, oh, I've done this many pages, as I said before. So just read the amount you like, and over time it's gonna grow more and more and more. So yeah, that was what I wanted to say about reading. Like it's just such a great thing. Everyone has to read, in my opinion. It's just there is no downsides. You get to learn so much more from different perspectives. You get to use them in your real life. Your life improves. Like it's just there is no downsides, you know. And also like some people may not like actually reading the book, or they may not have the time. But you know what? We all majority of the people have like time to listen to music. You know, why not just download like an audiobook, just put it in your ears, listen. You know, listen, and you know maybe you're gonna learn something from that. You know, instead of listening to music. So I think there is like different benefits you can apply to your life, and I think that I didn't really understand the benefits and the importance of reading a book until recently, since I've done it consistently. You know, when I was younger, like I would say from probably age like from ages from 8 to 12, I was reading a lot of books, but guys, like especially it was like a lot of like trivia like books. I would say like geography or just history of the world. A lot of those type of books I used to read, and to be honest, it was like I used to enjoy it so much. Like actually, my relatives, they used to get me books because I loved reading books. That was me. Like there was this one time, there was this one story that like when I was second grade, the teacher was teaching, and what happened? Yeah, pretty much the teacher was teaching, and then in the back of the class, I had this one. It was like I think a geography book. It was like he had some information about all the countries in the world, like their population, their flags, you know. And I was just talking to some of the people in the back of the class. We were just talking about these flags, and the teacher come out. I was like, "What is this kid doing? Like, I'm here teaching like the material of the class, and this kid is like showing like geography to other kids or whatever." And yeah, so pretty much that's a story my mom always tells to me. And yeah, that was a funny story. But overall, like reading books, guys, is beneficial. So start reading, get into the habit, you know, include it. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people spend a couple hours per day on their phone. Spend 30 minutes reading a book. You know, trust me, you're not gonna regret it. 15 minutes, okay? 15 minutes is still a good thing. It's just a good thing. You know, you're gonna learn a lot of things that you can actually use in your real life in different situations. So yeah, guys, that was my experience from the days that I didn't read. You know, like this past couple years, especially, I wasn't a reader at all. I was mainly distracted with other things, video games, probably phone. Like phone was annoying at the time, but yeah, like all the social media platforms. But yeah, I mean, recently I've been getting into the habit of reading. You know, again, before this, when I was a reader, actually a good reader was like when I was like 10, 11, 12. But nowadays I'm actually feeling like, oh, I actually like to do this, you know. So I can clearly say there is a big difference in my mindset at least. So, and then what you know, what you gain from these books, the information you get is actually magical, guys. It's so beneficial. So get into the habit, read, and just know we gonna get it. Peace.